Hi, my name is Tanya-Message, and I'm doing a message in the bottle talk about climate change. Right now, why aren't we stopping this crazy burning of fossil fuels incessantly with all the things that are going on in the planet with climate change? And especially now, it's been made so apparent that our actions have started this crazy feedback loops with the climate that are just probably not even going to be able to be dealt with because we haven't done anything to change our ways. And I just feel like it's so crazy how nihilistic we are, because it's obvious that stuff is not right with the planet because of our actions. We've got fires going on all over the world right now, crazy floods, and in the news it's always like this is a 1,000-year event that is happening. And what's crazy is these so-called 1,000-year events are going to be happening like every year, maybe every few months, and they're going to keep getting worse and worse. And the fact that, our leaders, so-called leaders, haven't addressed this issue officially and actually made any drastic measures to change anything that we're doing is absolutely insanity. And the fact that we're doing business as usual and having some kind of magical thinking that it's going to somehow get resolved with technology is also insane. Right now I am like sitting out underneath my grape arbor, and it's going on, I think, 8 o'clock this evening, and I'm sweating right now, and it's so humid and it's so hot, and it's hot every day of the week. It's in the 90s, 93, 95 or higher, and I can't go outside. I can't do anything in my garden, and this is not obviously normal. And the fact that, no, nobody's like stopping business as usual. We're not stopping and going, holy shit, we need to assess what the hell is going on and fucking deal with the situation that we've created. And we've been living on this planet for many decades like there's infinite resources available on a finite planet. And obviously it's a huge mistake that we have taken our planet and everything on it for granted, and we've just totally thought that because we're human and we have brains, we can just do whatever we want, and we can build our machines and we can force the earth to do our bidding. And now it's come back. It's coming back to haunt us because we had no respect for the earth and for the resources that we've been using all these years. And just nature is larger than us, and we forgot that a long time ago. And now we're going to pay the ultimate price, which is extinction. And this is, of course, inconvenient and uncomfortable, and people don't want to talk about it, and we've been avoiding it for decades, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to be so uncomfortable for us to live that we will have to look at it. And by then it'll be, it's probably too late now, but better late than never. We need to adopt a new model for living right now. Like, we have to stop what we're doing, and we need to all be in a discussion about how we're going to try to deal with the stuff that is already here and how we're going to try to live in this hellish world. I mean, I don't know if it's possible, but we have to try. There have been no breaks, as far as I can tell, on burning fossil fuels. I mean, I drive a hybrid, a Prius, and that still uses gas. And most of the other cars on the road still use gas. The planes still use gas. The military still uses gas. We have gas in our cooking stoves. There's, you know, all these fossil fuels that are being burnt every day. And already we can see the devastating effects that this has had. And we know this. We've known this for decades. We've known that fossil fuels cause global warming. And the fact that we're still continuing to use fossil fuels, and that there has been no push really from anybody, you know, either the citizens or the government to make changes, is absolute insanity, you know. And it's our obligation as stewards of the planet to care for the planet and to respect the planet and to make better choices for the planet. And we've gotten away for many, many decades of living large, myself included, you know. And if we want to have a life for our children, you know, I don't know if we are going to have one for them. But I have a 19-year-old son who I don't know if he's going to have a future at all, you know. And it's terrifying, you know, thinking about what kind of life he's going to have. I mean, right now we're dealing with serious issues on the planet, in our country, and everybody's country is dealing with issues because of climate change. And we could stop what we're doing. We could put the brakes on and say, you know what, we all need to reconfigure this. Of course it's going to be a pain. Of course it's going to be inconvenient. Of course it's going to be problematic. But what alternative do we have? Because if we don't, it's sure annihilation. It's sure extinction if we don't act, if we don't do something. We have released the Kraken, and it is going to be a seriously ugly time for us if we don't deal with this. Right now, we have so much devastation going on in this country, and, you know, like the crops are suffering because of this, and food instability is going to cause obvious problems. We have the oceans that are heating up, and the animals are dying in the oceans, and the oceans are taking up all the heat, which, you know, right now it doesn't seem like, you know, we're feeling the effects of it, but over time the oceans won't be able to, you know, hold the heat. So then it'll be even more devastating. You know, I don't know how. I mean, obviously it's going to be intolerable. I don't even go outside during the day too much right now, and this is just with 1 degree of temperature rise. I mean, 1.5 degrees, 2. What is that going to mean? I mean, people, we gotta think through this. This is absolutely insanity. It really is. And, you know, the glaciers obviously are melting. I mean, we all know this. The animals all over the planet are dying. We have animals that are going extinct right now because of climate change. The Arctic is melting. It's like, it's just so nuts. And the fact that we're not addressing this right now is really insane. And I keep saying that over and over, but it's just, we need to make this really clear, that we got to do something, like, today, right now. We've got to have these conversations. Please talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk about these issues, and talk about how we can make this, you know, a big, huge deal right now.